going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that ring.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Muhtadi. Mojo, as you have all undoubtedly heard, it has happened. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. 2 years after they started dating, Mojo, I think this is a day that a lot of people expected would be coming. It seemed like the relationship was super serious. And what do you know, a little bit earlier today, as Travis Kelce was really walking onto the practice field, which we'll get to in a second, Taylor Swift on her Instagram page, to her, hundreds of millions of followers, she made the big announcement, Mojo. She shared several photographs. They look super romantic and beautiful and all that stuff. And here was the caption, Mojo. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. And just like that, as if she weren't the biggest star in the world, Mojo, she makes the announcement just like any ordinary person might do on their social media page. And it instantly became the biggest story in the world. Everybody from the Kansas City Chiefs to the President of the United States weighing in on the engagement. Of course, the Chiefs, that's Taylor's adopted team, Mojo. They are very excited. They say today is a fairy tale. Of course, the heart emoji and the engagement ring. Congrats to Travis and Taylor. We're excited to have you as a permanent member of the Chiefs Kingdom family, Mojo. And just like that, I guess we've got our version of the royal wedding over here in the States.
Babcock, forgive me. I'm not as Swifty as the English teacher and the gym teacher. Is that like lyrics in one of her songs, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's something like that, Mojo. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, if it wasn't, then it's certainly going to be in the next track that comes out. That's going to be the hook for sure. I mean, look at this. This looks fantastic. My goodness, that's a hell of a gardener right there that got all that done. But
I wouldn't have to water all those flowers, Mojo. That's a lot. That's a big job.
That's going to be a maintenance bill for sure. That's going to be a hefty one at that. So, Babcock, this was not the headline I was expecting today. I did not see this coming. I mean, for me, we knew this was headed this way, right? Yeah. And congrats to the happy couple. This is fantastic news. This is news that the music world, the sports world has been waiting for quite some time. Shout out to them, too, for taking their time with this thing. They've been together for a bit, right? These celebrity couples, sometimes they move a little bit too quickly and it doesn't end up working out for them. So looks like they have done everything perfectly right and the way they've clearly wanted to do it. So that is fantastic here. This was a little shock to me. The start of football season is not exactly the time I would have had on my bingo card for when this was going to happen. Congratulations again to the happy couple.
Yeah, Mojo, I agree. I mean, they open their season, the Chiefs do, a week from Friday. They're playing the Chargers, so it's about to get really hectic for them. Maybe from that standpoint, it does make sense then that we're going to do this before things get busy. Now we can concentrate on football. And they'll, I think, probably wait to plan the wedding, Mojo. Obviously, over the months here, we're going to have a lot to talk about as far as this wedding and where they do it, who makes the guest list, Mojo. I mean, you want to talk about the hottest ticket going. I think everyone's going to want an invite to that wedding. So we will stay tuned for that. That video of Patrick Mahomes and Travis on the football field, Mojo, that was actually from this afternoon, right after, minutes after the news broke, after Taylor made the announcement to the world. So this is a freshly engaged Travis Kelce out there with his guy, with his close friend and his teammate, Patrick Mahomes. I guess just another day at work, except for you're marrying the biggest pop star in the world, Mojo. It's great news, of course. Just like Mojo said, that we wish Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, the biggest congratulations. Absolutely awesome and amazing news. All right, Mojo, moving on to a couple that, maybe they're the future Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. You got a football star and a big-time performer, big-time singer who have been rumored to be dating, Mojo. We're talking about Justin Herbert and Madison Beer. Well, I think we can probably put the rumored part to bed, Mojo, because we've got photographs of them together, and I think they're giving off clearly relationship vibes here, Mojo. So this was recently, Sunday to be precise, at a friend's home in Redondo Beach, Southern California, of course. And again, they look really casual together, Mojo. I'm getting dating vibes at the very least here, Mojo. And look, she's not as big as Taylor Swift, and he's not as big as Travis Kelce, but they're football star, they're singer. They're both very successful in their own right. And again, we may fast forward 2 years from now, Mojo. Maybe we have an engagement in our hands. Who knows?
Yeah, we're headed that way. They're certainly walking that way in more ways than one. Babcock, very, very casual, very comfortable.
Yeah.
Just suggests that they're very loose around each other at this point in the game. I'm going to go ahead and guess that we got a relationship in the works here. Another one that's going to have a big year ahead. And luckily for us, if we see her at all the games in the box, we're going to know right away. We're going to get that stamp of approval right there.
Mojo, you know what I just thought of? The Chiefs and the Chargers are playing each other, so we're going to have all four of these people could potentially be in the same building in like 10 days.
Oh boy, hold my beer, says Madison Beer and Justin Herbert. They're coming from the title here to play spoilers for the engagement heat. This is big news, man. It's a battle for the headline here. I can't wait to see how this plays out. Can we get some trash talk ahead of time, please?
Up next, the fallout continues from that vicious incident at a wrestling event in Los Angeles. WWE legend Mark Henry with a take opposite than most people. We'll hear from the WWE Hall of Famer when TMZ Sports returns right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, the fallout from that crazy incident over the weekend at the wrestling match, of course, involving Rajah Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson. The fallout continues, Mojo. And look, I was going to say almost everyone, literally, Mojo, that I have seen just absolutely just shocked, dumbfounded by what happened. And everybody has been criticizing Rajah Jackson for these actions right there. Well, he's got one ally at least in one of the most well-known and successful and prominent professional wrestlers ever. Mark Henry, Mojo, who I think obviously, you and I both have a tremendous amount of respect for. We actually spoke with Mark Henry, Mojo, about the incident with Rajah. And we asked Mark for his take. And, well, I did not see this coming. Not at all.
Well, I mean, I say that's what happens when people are not experienced to our business. And you have to be fully educated. You got to be fully trained. And people think that that's something that's not prevalent. But like when I came into wrestling in 95, 96, I had a lot of the same issues. I didn't like the ribbing. I didn't like the joking. And anybody that talked to me that I didn't think was worthy of having that kind of aggressive conversation, they got that work. And, I don't know the full story, but I do know what I saw. And it looked like he wasn't smart to what was going on. And the dude that was messing with him bit off more than he can chew. And, you got to be careful, one, who you mess with, and two, what kind of example are you as a veteran for inciting a ride with a kid?
Woo.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Mark making his opinion clear. I love Mark. Mark and I see eye to eye on so many things. We don't see eye to eye on all of this. I do agree with him, though. You do have to, and we talked about this yesterday, you have to be really, really careful with bringing outsiders into the business. Yeah. It's easy for them to get carried away and get caught up in the moment when someone is allowing you to pick them up, to body slam them, to hit them. Maybe that's a clothesline or something like that. when it's an outsider, you have to expect that, they're not properly trained and that those shots are going to feel a little bit more live, which is why I don't condemn this guy for the slam. Maybe he got carried away and maybe he put a little bit extra on that.
Agree.
The 24 punches to the face of an unconscious man when you're a trained MMA fighter, that's inexcusable. I mean, there is no profession out there that just allows attempted murder like this, because that's the way I look at this. When you see that the guy is unconscious and you're throwing that many blows like that, you are trying to kill somebody with that. And there's consequences for that. The guy coming in and having any kind of issues with Stu prior to, it looks like they tried to work it out. I mean, he hit him in the head with an empty can, right? Yeah. I don't know what was behind that. I'm not saying that was the best thing to do, but that is not an equal response for something like that. No. That was just absolutely disgusting, what followed there. So maybe someone should have coached this guy up a little bit more. Maybe they did. I mean, if you saw the streams that Raja did before and after the fight, it didn't seem like he cared what he was told. He was going to get his quote-unquote vengeance in that moment when the guy was giving up his body for him. If he felt so strongly about the can hit, he should have popped him in the face right then and there after that. You don't just wait for that moment. What kind of cowardly crap is that right there? So, look, there's a lot of takeaways from this, but this is going to be big for the wrestling world. I think it's going to set a precedent for people that slide in and interfere with wrestling matches, what you're allowed to get away with. Something has to happen here for the sake of the business, if you ask me. Yeah,
Mojai. I mean, you cannot just beat somebody to within an inch of their life. But by the grace of God, Stuart Smith is not dead. I mean, those were heavy punches. And I get it. He's not a wrestler. I mean, he's an adult. He's 25 years old, and the difference between right and wrong. Where that's also not allowed. There's no way that would have continued in any way or shape or form in an MMA event, Mojo. I think we said that yesterday. If he's unconscious, an MMA fight is stopped in that moment. There are no punches thrown. So, I mean, just absolutely egregious behavior in my mind, and I think you feel the same way. Mojo, one more point. We actually got some video that we posted this morning of Raja's dad, Rampage Jackson, talking about some of the things that he has dealt with after what happened over the weekend. This is not our TMZ Sports photographers. It's a guy by the name of Joe Andaloro who ran into Rampage Jackson last night at LAX. Take a look.
A lot of racist people give me death threats and stuff like that. Like, I'm a puppet master. Calling me my bad father. It's uncalled for. Anything I say gets twisted anyway.
Yeah, look, I don't think that this is Rampage Jackson's fault. He didn't do anything wrong here, and he doesn't deserve to be, threatened or called racist names online. And this is, I think, in my mind, Mojo, this is about the actions of Raja Jackson and whether or not he is ultimately going to face charges here. And I would be, again, absolutely shocked if he's not. As we sit here, as we are taping here Tuesday afternoon, LAPD still investigating, has not yet been charged. But I think that could probably change any moment, Mojo. Stay tuned. Former Titan LenDale White wanted his team to pick Travis Hunter first overall. So, what does he think now with Cam Ward as the new face of the franchise? We'll ask the running back known as Smash next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, the NFL season just a couple of days away, and the Titans have got themselves a new franchise quarterback in Cam Ward. Of course, Cam Ward was the first overall pick in this past draft. Now, there were a lot of people, Mojo, including some former Titan stars, who did not want Cam Ward. They wanted other players. Matter of fact, LenDale White. Of course, LenDale White was a really nice running back in Tennessee. He was half of Smash and Dash, along with his buddy Chris Johnson. I remember, LenDale at the time, Mojo, leading up to the draft, saying that he really wanted Travis Hunter to be picked by the Titans, that he felt like the quarterback / wide receiver could have a huge impact in Tennessee, take them to the next level. Well, that didn't happen. Cam obviously there now. Well, Mojo, we ran into LenDale White. We said, now that you've gotten a little, kind of a chance to see your new quarterback, and we're a couple days away from week 1, how you feeling about Cam Ward, new face of the Tennessee Titans franchise?
Not gonna lie, I was kind of, I don't even know if hating is the right word, but I kind of wanted Travis Hunter.
Right.
I'm a Travis Hunter fanatic. I thought he was gonna be, real good for us. But after watching, a few of Cam's games from the beginning, he looks like he's gonna be really good, man. He's patient. He believes in himself. The confidence is there. So, you get the right players around him. I think the sky will be the limit.
Could he be a quick realization like we see with Jaden Daniels?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you put the right players around him, I think the sky will be the limit. Because he's shown that if you stack it with him and you get the running backs, you get the receivers, he can make it work. So I'm anxious to see where he ends up or how it ends up. I think he can get Rookie of the Year this year.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
He has every opportunity. When you start 16 games, like you said, if you can get things going early, the snowball effect, get rolling downhill, things just get better for you.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Mojo. It's hard when you have one of those top picks, especially the first pick. There's so many good players, and you can envision a lot of those players on your team and how much they can help. But I think the reality is you can win a Super Bowl without a great cornerback and without a great wide receiver. You can't win a Super Bowl without a great quarterback. And we've seen quarterbacks, especially young ones these days, Jaden Daniels being a prime example, you can have an instant impact and you can change a franchise year 1. And I think that's what the hope is in Tennessee.
Yeah, look, LenDale White said he wasn't hating, right? I wouldn't even say he was throwing shade whatsoever. This is not just your average first-round pick. Right. This is the number 1 overall pick. Translation, you can pick any player in the country, and he is yours. He is the future of your franchise. So anybody that's tied to this organization, current or former, is going to have an opinion. They're going to feel some type of way, especially for a franchise that has been struggling. What gives us the best shot to win for the longest period of time as soon as possible? Yes, the quarterback is almost always the go-to, right? But as we've seen, that's a very high-risk, high-reward situation. Rookies coming in, they can fizzle out very quickly, and then what? You're left with this gaping hole in your franchise that you've given up so much around. Maybe taking a guy that is talented at not just one, but 2 different positions coming in that maybe has a little less pressure, a little bit less expectation, but has all the ability in the world to make a difference right now with your franchise and be your guy for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah. That makes all the sense in the world to me, too. So, hopefully if Cam Ward is hearing LenDale's thoughts, he doesn't take offense to it. Now, granted, you take that, you use it on a chip on your shoulder, and you try to prove everyone wrong. But that comes with the territory when you are the number 1 overall pick, man. The Titans, it's been a little bit since they've had a great quarterback, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe some of these guys want to hedge their losses here. Go a different way here. Think alternatively. But a lot rests on this guy's shoulders. You're talking about Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who better to win that award than the number 1 overall pick?
Tennis superstar Carlos Alcaraz with a brand new look. Question is it working for him? Mojo weighing in next on TMZ Sports.
On the TMZ Celebrity Tour, we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Ben Affleck, The Rock, and Jamie Foxx. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, so head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, it's been too long since we have done this, and it is now backed by popular demand. Mojo or Mo no.
We have to update that graphic.
We gotta.
I gotta get my hair in on it.
You had the buzz cut, and I'm glad you said hair, Mojo, because this is a hair-related question. There we go. Let it flow. And you're the hair guy now. You've stolen my only thing I had going for me, Mojo. Just kidding. Carlos Alcaraz, he is, you might think he's the best tennis player in the world. He's the second-ranked tennis player in the world officially. He's got a completely new look, Mojo. He revealed, look, there he is. He had the hair, Mojo. Now he has the buzz cut because his brother, I don't know why he was doing this. He's super wealthy, Carlos Alcaraz is. His brother was cutting his hair, and he screwed it up, Mojo. So we had to go, and to save the look, we had to shave it all off. So do you like the new look, Mojo, or Mo no?
Well, I guess if you're asking me the question, do I like the look? The look is better, but it has nothing to do with the hair. It's mostly removing that terrible beard. I think that is what makes me say this. I can tell you, he is going to love his new look. He can wake up, get out of bed, and be out the door in seconds. This hair is a nuisance. I don't know how you've been doing this all your life, but I hate it. The second I get this thing long enough to donate it, I am cutting it and getting it out of my life. I miss the buzz. It was just so effortless. Also makes you look a little tougher, a little bit meaner.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people don't try to cut me off on the highway as much as they do now. So Carlos, he's got maybe he has a little more street cred now. He's already looking a little bit more jacked to me. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a Mojo.
Is this why everyone's cutting me off, Mojo? Maybe that's why. I
You're too nice, Fat Cock. It's the hair. You're not scary looking enough.
I love it. I knew you were going to say that about the graphic, too, right when I saw it. I knew it was coming. We got to go, Mojo. We got a big show planned. Hey, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, congratulations. Awesome news. So excited. Send the invites here to the TMZ. Mojo and I will be there. We got to go, Mojo. We will also be here tomorrow. Great show.
That's right, Babcock. We'll see you tomorrow where it will be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.